In this tutorial, we are going to see how to write a very basic data for pipeline. As you know, in the last video, we have seen how to trigger a basic pipeline using the data flow runner, how to monitor it. Now it's a time to actually see how to create your own pipelines. So we'll be starting with the very basics as how to create a very basic pipeline and how to run it. But as we will follow, we'll create more complex pipelines using Apache Beam. So that we get to know what are the complex functions and how to use those, how to use them into the pipeline. So very basic, starting of every data flow pipeline starts with importing Apache Beam library. And as you know, every okay, import sorry I'll rewrite import Apache Beam as Beam, and then with our usual okay equal to main. Yeah. Now always whenever we wanted to trigger the Beam pipeline, the recommendation is, or the notion is, you write all your pipeline code into a run method, right? So in the main, I'm just calling this a run method, and here is the place where I'll be actually writing the code to create the pipeline and everything by using the run method. So now you create your main and then give a call to run method, and here we'll be defining the run method. So now the first step is to step one of creating a pipeline is actually create the pipeline. Now when I say want to create the pipeline, what I mean is that you go with writing this with beam dot beam dot. So if you press this dot, you'll get this with beam dot pipeline as pipeline. Yeah, so this is how you generally create the pipeline. Only one thing I'm missing here is this. Okay, so this is the exact starting point of any Apache Beam program, that whenever you wanted to create the pipeline, you'll have to start with actually creating the pipeline. And here is the place where your Apache Beam library will understand that, okay, now I need to execute a pipeline. Now there are lots of other things that we are skipping here, because this is kind of a basic understanding of a pipeline, that there is a notion to pass arguments into this pipeline, and subsequently in the other tutorials we are going to see this. So for now, just be with me and let's understand that how to create a basic pipeline with beam.pipeline as pipeline. And here what I wanted to do is, let's say I wanted to create a sample. So this is what we wanted to create. Like if you see this particular program, right? So elements is equal to pipeline, and every p collection, right? Every p collection in a Apache Beam pipeline gets separated out with this vertical pipe symbol, right? So this is kind of a starting of your pipeline, and then here is a place where you will be writing the actual pipeline codes. So the first stage of your pipeline is, let's say, read the input. This is kind of a very plain English defined phase, name given to the step that you are following here, which is internally going to give you a p collection object, right? So I wanted to create a pipeline, create a p collection, sorry. So create, in this I'll pass that, okay, I have three words for you, maybe hello, then second word is hello world, a typical hello world program I'm going to write. And let's say I wanted to pass some input string to you. And let me define an input string here. Input string is equal to, let's say, Swotech talks. Yeah. So using the beam.create, you can create a basic initial uh, p collection. P collection is nothing but a the data unit or kind of a data type for your Apache Beam pipeline. And what this beam.create will return you is a p collection object. As you can see here, it is going to return you a p collection object. Yeah. And now what I want to do is, with the uh, every collection object that we have passed here for the beam program, which is the first is hello, second is world, and third is whatever input string that we have passed here. We have passed so TikToks. I wanted to just print those, and print the elements selection. What I'll do is beam dot, there is a kind of a some inbuilt p transform methods that beam has given you. One of the very favorite and very useful method is this map, right? And what it does is, whatever the basic unit of p collection, now here when you say this beam dot create, the basic unit of creation is your comma separated words. So hello is kind of one input, world is kind of second input, and input string whatever you have passed is acting as a one single input. So what this beam.map function will do is, whatever logic you will pass in the bracket, it will try to execute this logic onto the every single token that's been created by your beam.create pipeline method. Yeah. So here, if I just do print, then what it will do is, it will apply this print method on each and every token of this particular p collection, right? So if we just run this, then what we should expect is, we should expect the p collection elements that are printed on our console, right? So let me run this. Okay, it has given some error. Okay, I missed this part. Okay, this is kind of a syntax that every pipeline follows. Okay, as you can see, what it has done is, it has just tokenized this particular entire collection, p collection, into three different kind of a tokens, I would say. Hello is the first, world is the second, and input string. And it had just applied this print method. So it is as good as you're passing three different words to this print method, and it prints those. So first one it has printed as hello, second one it has printed as world, and third one is whatever string you have passed here. If you change the string, rerun again, then you're gonna get the whatever string that you pass here. Now one thing to note here, since we have ran this particular program locally on my laptop, so it has used the default runner as direct runner, because we have not passed any runner as a part of this particular pipeline option. So it will all run with its default options, and always the default mechanism to run Apache Beam program is direct runner, right? And obviously we'll make it more complex by passing various arguments, multiple beam specific methods. In the coming tutorials also we'll see how to introduce the data flow runner into this, and how to do lots of other things. But for now, the intention was just to create a basic pipeline, show you how to create a pipeline, and uh, walk you through the mechanics of creating a pipeline. Like, it has to be in the run method, then every pipeline starts with this particular statement, how to configure this. Okay, so I hope you understood the basic mechanics of creating Apache Beam pipeline and find this useful. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.